Okay, I think we are live. And good morning. Good morning to all of you. And this is my third live stream today. One of them was second or third. One of them was a members only live stream over at the main channel, linked in the video description, by the way. So I got a stupid comment on one of the live streams here. Um, and it said something like, and first of all, it's not unusual to get dumb comments. We have lots of trolls and haters and so on here on YouTube, so you know how it is. But this comment was interesting because this guy or girl, probably a guy, said something like, "So when is this collapse going to happen? Seems to drag out." So ironically, this person was implying that people like myself, we who talk about the SHTF situations and so on and preparedness, that we are just scaremongering. It's not going to happen. It hasn't happened yet, and so we have been sitting in our little rooms. Scaring people with scenarios of economic collapse and war and so on and so on, and none of that has happened, right? Well, no, that's wrong, because we have a war and we have an economic collapse ongoing. For someone who has studied economics like I have for several years, actually, in university, it is in a way interesting to witness what's happening now, because I've read about this and now it's happening in my lifetime, and this is something that will be in the books in the future when you study economics, you know. So so that was obviously a stupid comment, but on a more serious note, what we need to consider, what we need to realize, I believe, is that it's not going to be like in the movies. First of all, it's going to be much worse, unless we're talking about those, fantasy zombie movies and things like that. But it is probably going to be much worse. It's going to be dragged out. It's not like you wake up one morning and then suddenly, it's a complete collapse of everything. It's a gradual decline. And that's what we're seeing now, a gradual decline. So, GB, Matthias, good to see you. Mr. Sorpos, good to see you all. That's wonderful. It's wonderful to see so many people here. Okay, so I need to stick to the subject, to the topic. It's very warm. The heat wave has reached Norway. And yes, this is a heat wave. It's not normal, what we're seeing here. And I'm struggling a little bit with the warm weather. So it's important to drink a lot. I probably should drink more water, actually. But anyway, what we are seeing now is that people are becoming accustomed to or used to worse conditions than we had just a few months ago. So, for instance, when I drive my car along the road here and I see the gas prices, I have a petrol car and I need to fill up the tank now and then. And if the price, and I can't recalculate into gallons and pounds or dollars, but if I see it now, it's 24 Norwegian kroner per liter, I'm thinking to myself, well, that's that's a good price. I should fill up the tank now because tomorrow it could be much more expensive. Did I say 24 kroner? If I had seen that like a few months ago, I would have thought, what is happening? What's this? That's an insane price for petrol. And you will see the same with food. You will see the same with the interest rent on your loan. And we are also, and this is not much talked about, we are also seeing the same effect on your taxes. The taxes that you are paying, they are gradually being increased, right? But somehow we're not supposed to talk about that because that doesn't matter, does it? Well, it actually does a lot, but it's a gradual decline. Um, and what seems to be the case, if we look at those states that have actually collapsed, like Sri Lanka, and it's not the first state. States have collapsed before that previously, and that has been because of a communist rule, and yeah, typically communist rule because it doesn't work. We know that, and they first you have this gradual decline, and then you reach a certain level down here where all hell breaks loose. Uh, that's when people start realizing that, well, I'm starving. Um, I might not have access to clean water. I might not get the medicines that I need. I might not be able to, these basic needs. When that goes, that's when you see things will happen very fast. There's a saying, I think it goes like, we're only 5 meals away from anarchy. 5 meals. Um, so it's like, um, I'm pretend that I'm an expert who know all about everything that is going on, because I don't. Um, it's very difficult to keep, you know, it's very, these are complicated matters, but we can observe certain trends, and we are in that phase of gradual decline, and people are getting used to a lower standard of living. And you might say, well, that's not all bad. Maybe so. Maybe so. Um, but try telling that to that single mother who has two kids and only a part-time job, uh, for instance. Try saying that to someone with a disability who can't work and who are seeing that the prices of food, medicine just going up. So, for instance, we're doing fine, but we don't struggle financially, so we're doing fine. But I know for a fact that there are people in Norway, which is a rich country. It's an ethnically homogeneous, rich country with a low crime rate. That's Norway for you. But still, we have people here who are struggling now. We have people who now have to choose between having how should I put it, a healthy dinner for the family and taking a warm shower. You could say, well, you need to plan your economy and so on better. Yeah, well, not everyone is able to do that. So I'm just saying we're in that process of gradual decline. We will probably see weaker financially weaker countries, with a lower level of trust in the population, they will go first. They will reach that level where they, things suddenly start happening very, very fast, and it gets out, So that's what I had to say. I will take a look here at the chat. I just wanted to kind of reply to that stupid comment. And as I often say, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Because nobody wants this. Decent, normal people don't want. Let's just put it that way. And it's there are certainly preppers out there, all about doom and gloom, and all their YouTube preppers, all their thumbnails are like, now, or it will be too late, and in the background there's a nuclear bomb going on, and there's a guy with a gas mask on, and it's like you've seen those thumbnails, and I don't like that so much, because it makes people fearful, and we shouldn't be fearful. We should be prepared, and we should be prepared in a sensible way. And I guess it depends on where in the world you live. For instance, if you live in a like a tropical area, having a lot of firewood and an actual fireplace is maybe not that important. But that's important up here where I live. So, yeah. Dannevirke, thanks a lot for the donation there. The majority suffer blindly from normalcy bias. Yes, so people will gladly ignore what's going on, and they just want things to remain as they are. They want things to stay the same, and if they can't have that, then they will kind of pretend that it's not so bad. It's just a little bit of prices going up, and yeah, things are changing a little bit, but that's okay. It's not dramatic, and those people will do okay if things don't get too bad. So let's just hope for that. We're all hoping for that. We're all hoping that things will go back to a state of normalcy in a way, but it's becoming quite difficult to believe that we are not going to continue down this slope, if you know what I'm saying. So let's see here. Yeah, good point there from Tag Ormond. A tent stove is more practical as it is mobile and you can take it anywhere. We do. Yeah, I'm a big believer in being mobile. We have a tent stove. We have several lavos. So it makes all the difference. If you have to leave, if you have to go somewhere else, that's we could be comfortable in winter time anywhere. Funky Prepper is here. That's awesome. I'm a big fan, and you know that. Things are never going back to normal. I agree. But then again, what is normal? I didn't like modern society so much before they started putting people in house arrest. 3 years ago. Is it 3 years now? No. Let me scroll up a little bit. Brenda, thanks a lot. Yes, I have 3 channels, and you've been a supporter for 5 months. That's awesome. And let's see here. Chevy says finally live show. Yeah, I'm doing these live show on this channel. I might start doing some on my main channel a bit later this autumn. But I'm doing these live streams quite often here now. I can't promise that I will continue doing twice daily live streams, but I'll do my best. We are working through the 3rd year. Okay. Yeah. We need serious changes, says Jason. Yes. And the middle class, says Danvik, will suffer the most. And they are used to living comfortable without hardships. So, okay. You know, we have this strange culture now where we have this kind of what's the word? I'm a Puritan. You know, the Puritans, like those. It's a fraction of Christianity in a way, and they fled. They fled actually to America. But that was not the word I was looking for. Orthodox. There's an orthodoxy in the modern culture, and you're not allowed to say certain things. You're not allowed to have certain beliefs. You are not allowed to question certain things, and you are certainly not allowed to point out obvious biological facts. I guess you all know what I'm talking about there. If I do that, I get in trouble on social media. I will get in trouble even with as a novelist. But I haven't invested too much thought and emotion in it, but we have orthodoxy now, and it's a shame that we do, because we should have moved past, but apparently we haven't. Let's see here. Yeah, science. You know, I'm a big believer in science. Scientific method is important. And what we see now is that very often science that word is being applied to things that are not science at all. That should worry everyone. So, are they buffering my feed? I can't see anything here. I am sorry about that if that's happening. Okay. Yeah. People are complaining a little bit now about the stream. I don't know what's happening there. Occasional buffering. Yeah, stuttering. This time it's not me stuttering. It's the connection here. I will keep going a little bit and let me know if let me know if we get more problems. Okay. So the ostrich. I have never seen an ostrich in the wild. I've seen it in in a park, not a park, no, a zoo, you would say. But it wasn't like those cruel zoos. It was like they had this large area where they could run around. Um, and but I haven't seen an ostrich in. Sorry, sorry about that. That was my dumb phone calling. Yeah, I haven't seen an ostrich in the wild, but I've been told that they stick their hand, that would have been something, their head in the sand, and that's where we get this image from, where, and we say that a lot of people are like ostrich now. They stick their head in the sand. They don't want to see what's going on, and they would rather just ignore it. Or maybe they think that if I don't think about it, if I don't talk about it, it will just go away. That's not going to happen, you know. Um, I'm beginning to think that what we are going to see, and this is my last bullet point here, mental bullet point for this live stream. Well, I'm beginning to think that we're going to get to a situation where it's all about resources. We're going to get a situation where we're fighting, not necessarily resources will be limited. The system that we are seeing now as the system that is being presented to us as an alternative is not sustainable. And it's ironic because they are saying that the system we have now is not sustainable. Maybe so. But this system where natural food, for instance, will no longer be an option. It will be meat made in lab grown meat, factory grown insects, and soy. And one thing is, it's going to be extremely unhealthy. Another thing is that it's you will be completely dependent on the infrastructure. You will be completely dependent on these large corporations. That's what I want, of course, but it's such a system is also very fragile, and when it breaks down, we're going to fight for the resources, the few resources that are left, and that might be basic stuff like clean water, calories, the ability to have light in your house. I don't know. We could go, depends on how far you want to think ahead. And I don't know if there will be such a breakdown. I don't know. But at least we need to keep that in mind. What if? What if? It's often quite useful to ask, what if? So, let's see here. Let's see here. I don't know if we're still having buffering and no audio. I'm sorry about that. I think it happens to some of you, but not all of you. I'm sorry about that. I will answer this question. How many months of preps are the bare minimum in your opinion? Well, there is no bare minimum, because if you have prepared or have preps for one day, it's better than no days. If you have for 3 months, it's better than if you have only 1 month of supplies, and if you have for 1 year, and so on and so on. So yeah. Okay, here's an interesting comment comment here. Tinfoil Tiara says, I've made comments on other streams about the importance of water, knowing where natural springs are close to you. Yes, absolutely, I agree. And they always are removed. Oh, okay. If I list a site that shows where springs are, it is removed. Okay, that's uh, I'm sorry, but that's how it needs to be here. And you know why? I've chosen that option to not enable URL links in the chat or in the comments. And I have to do that because there is so much spam. Um, and they are just trying to send people to websites where they, it's just so much spam. So that's why. And I'm sorry about that. Okay. I'm going to end the live stream now. And thank you for watching. I would have kept going a little bit longer, but I'm being told that it is a bit choppy. So apparently there is something about the connection. Not here. It looks nice. Looks okay here, but yeah, that's how it is. I will be back. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay strong.